Hello, in this video we will do checkpoint 1.2 from section 1.1. Here they want us to find the domain and the range of the function f of x is equal to the square root of 4 minus 2x plus 5. Now when we're looking for the domain, what we want to do is we want to find places or parts of the equation that make it undefined. Here we have a square root, and we make a note for ourselves that whenever we have a square root, I will draw the square root of star, that's star, that we will want the square root, or we want the thing inside of the square root to be bigger than or equal to 0. So we want the square root of star. We want the star itself to be bigger than or equal to 0. So that is our condition for square root. We notice that inside of the square root is this expression 4 minus 2x. So for our domain, we're going to want 4 minus 2x to be bigger than or equal to 0. If we solve for this, we'll subtract 4 from both sides. That would be minus 2x here. We subtract 4 from both sides, and whenever we divide by a negative number, multiply or divide by a negative number, what we need to do is we need to switch the signs. So finally we will get x is less than or equal to, and negative is positive, 4 divided by 2 is just 2. So this is your domain. We can write this formally in set notation. Domain is equal to all x real numbers such that x is less than or equal to 2. That's another way to write your domain. And you can also write it in interval notation, including 2. Actually, we want this to be going to negative infinity all the way up to 2 because it's less than that. So minus infinity. And infinity is always open. And this is going to be a closed bracket too. So several ways to write this. Whichever way they're asking for in the homework, or if you have an option, you can write it any way you want. Now let's find the range. The range will be all the y value for its outputs. Now if we take a look at what happens to the square root of anything, the square root of anything is always bigger than or equal to 0. It could be equal to 0 if the star inside is equal to 0. So we know that this thing is going to be bigger than or equal to 0. So we have a 4 minus 2x is going to be bigger than or equal to 0 as long as you're within this domain that we just found. So now we would want to make this look like the original function, and to do that we just have to add 5 plus 5 plus 5, and then we're going to get the square root of 4 minus 2x plus 5 is bigger than or equal to 5. And so this happens to be your y value. So your y value, or your f of x value, however you want to put it. And then we get this relationship that f of x has to be bigger than or equal to 5. So we can say that our range, sometimes we call it RNG or whatever, and then this is going to be equal to all the y values, real numbers, such that y is bigger than or equal to 5. Okay, set notation. Well, we can say y is bigger than or equal to 5, and the set notation, this time the 5 is the lower number, and we go all the way up to infinity, open parentheses. All right, you can express your answer according to what they're asking for in the homework problems, or however you want to express it. Okay, I hope that helps.